Wait, what the hell? This is hella easy to use. What is up? Welcome to Every Single Guitars, where the goal of this channel is to review every single guitar ever made. I've been looking back at some of the guitar reviews I've done and the brands that I've reviewed. I've noticed that the guitars that I have reviewed the most have been Fenders, Gibsons, Martins. I think those three brands are the brands that I've reviewed the most by far. But since the name of this channel is Every Single Guitars, I can't discriminate. I have to review every single guitar, right? So today I have a Ibanez, a 2012 Ibanez RG 3XXV model made in Indonesia. And actually, to simplify it, it should be RG3XXV as in 25, XX, you know, Roman numerals for 10, V is 5, 2 X's, 1 V, 25, 25th anniversary. If you play guitar, electric guitar mainly, Ibanez is one of the most noticeable and recognizable brands in, you know, the guitar world. They're a Japanese made company, and there are some very, very good guitarists out there who actually use and play Ibanez as their main guitar. Most notably, Steve Vai, the guitar virtuoso. The dude is crazy. Also, if you're into Steve Vai, check out the movie Crossroads. I don't know if he was playing an Ibanez, but it was definitely a guitar like this type with the Floyd Rose, and he was going against, I think, Danny Machado. I forgot his name, but the dude had a telly. It was like a battle, dude. It was sick. It was a sick movie, by the way. Another notable guitar player who uses Ibanez as their main guitar, Paul Gilbert. Hella good guitarist. He has hella long fingers, and apparently he was the teacher to Buckethead, which I was like, really, dude? Like, I mean, I could kind of see their styles, you know, matching up, but how did they even meet? Like, I don't even understand how that relationship even formed, if that story is even true. But basically what I'm trying to say is Ibanez is an excellent quality guitar, so excellent quality level guitar players also play Ibanez as well. But for this particular model, this is the 25th anniversary model that was only released in 2012 from what I've seen. And Ibanez released this in two colors only, Lazer blue finish, and the other one was candy apple finish. It was like a red, metallic red. This is like a metallic bluish type of finish. And Ibanez actually released this 25th anniversary model to give a tribute to the 25th anniversary of the RG line, the RG series. So right off the bat, my first impression of this guitar, the build quality, I'd say, is very good for this guitar. This is a completely different build style from a Gibson or a Fender type of guitar. Ibanez guitars, in my opinion and from my experience, has their own unique and distinctive feel to the guitar. For me, the most notable difference for all the Ibanez guitars that I've played has been the neck profile. For all the Ibanez electric guitars, their neck profile has been on the slimmer side with a little bit wider neck profile. So I can see why guitarists like Steve Vai and Paul Gilbert, who do a lot of shredding, stuff like that, I can see why they would resort to a neck profile like this, because this slimmer style neck makes it really easy to play on the lower registers and also on the higher registers. It's actually really comfortable. And this guitar also has 24 frets instead of the traditional 21 or 22. Even though the frets go to 24, because of this really pronounced cutaway, it makes playing up to the 24th fret really easy to play. For me, when I play, I don't really go past, I'd say, like right here, maybe right here. I don't really, all the guitars in my main collection is either 21 or 22 frets, and I rarely go to the really high registers. But if I had to, this guitar would probably be the guitar I'd choose, because like I said, this cutaway right here makes it really easy to play on the really high registers. Also, for this particular 25th anniversary, they went with a stock DiMarzio pickups for the neck. And I thought that was very interesting because when I first saw this guitar in person, I actually thought that this was modified. I thought the last owner switched it out because it specifically said DiMarzios, which is a, you know, aftermarket pickup company. After doing further research on this model, this 25th anniversary actually came with these stock. Oh, it's actually DiMarzio for both the pickups here. I did not know that until right now, because on the neck pickup it specifically says DiMarzio in white, and on this one I thought it was just blank, but if you look even closer, there's actually DiMarzio logo that's engraved in the pickup in black. So that's interesting. I don't know why they made this white and made this black, but these are both DiMarzios, and that's pretty interesting actually. I did not know that. Another really cool feature of this guitar, and I think a really subtle feature that I really like, is the dot inlays for this guitar is actually blue. If you see the guitar from far away, you can't really tell. You probably just assume it's black because a dot inlay is mostly black or white or one of those colors for the most part. But for this particular guitar, since the body is a metallic blue and the headstock is also metallic blue, they went with a blue dot inlay on the fretboard, which I've never seen in my life. This is actually the first time I've ever seen colored dot inlays. And I actually thought that was a really subtle feature and really unique thing about this guitar that I really liked. It's like one of those things where, you know, like I said, if you're just staring at the guitar from far away, you don't really care. But if you're playing it and you're inspecting the guitar and looking at the fretboard, that's when you realize like, oh, what the hell? This is blue? And that's exactly what happened to me. For the electronics, other than the two DiMarzio pickups, it's pretty much a standard electric guitar setup. 2 knobs, 1 tone, 1 master volume, 5-way selector switch, just like a Stratocaster. And one also notable difference is the Floyd Rose, which, to be honest, I never use a Floyd Rose. I don't use a whammy bar. Even though I've owned a handful of Floyd Rose, the biggest issue I've had with Floyd Rose is just tuning the guitar. It's just, I don't know how to tune the Floyd Rose properly. Like, I can get it to maybe 90%, but it's just these little micro tuners that's below the saddle and bridge area for Floyd Rose guitars that I've never really understood. And even though a Floyd Rose guitar basically will never go out of tune, theoretically, if you do it properly, if you tune it properly. For me, I've always had tuning issues for Floyd Rose, mainly because I don't know how to use this thing properly. But to be honest, the whammy bar is a pretty sick concept for a guitar. Like I said, I don't use a whammy bar, but just the fact that you can manipulate the sound by just pressing on this bar, you can really get a bunch of unique, you know, sounds and tones from a guitar. Actually, dude, this whammy bar is really easy to use. Wait, what the hell? This is hella easy to use. Like I said, I never use the whammy, but I do have whammies for all my strats. I just never use it. I always try out the whammy when I get my guitars, but it's always been really hard to push, especially like on my strats. It takes a lot of force to push it down, and even if you push it down, it doesn't really sound like a true tremolo sound. But for this, dude, this is actually really easy, really nice to use. This is probably the easiest whammy bar I've ever used in my life, by far. But for me personally, the back is probably the most unique part of this guitar. There's springs in the back, but they look really complicatedly done, if that even makes sense. And I might take it out just to see what it's like, but I'm kind of curious what they did to this, because the back, I've never seen. This looks like some different technology shit like I've never seen on an electric guitar. So let's see how this guitar sounds, so I can show you some tones so you can get a better feel of the sound. So overall, this is a pretty good guitar. Build quality, I give this a 8 out of 10. It's very well made. Like I said, it's not the same build construction theory as a Strat or a Gibson or a Fender. Ibanez has their own thing going on, but at the same time, the thing that they're doing is very well done and high quality. Tone, I give this an 8 out of 10 as well. To be honest, the reason why I wouldn't go above 8 is because out of the 5 selectors, the classic bridge, middle, and neck pickup sounds very good. But the in-between switches, like the 2 and the 4, to me is the weakest. And I think it's because of this pickup configuration. You know, this isn't like a standard 3 single coil Strat-like setup. They have like this 1 single pickup on the neck and this humbucker on the bridge area. So that gives it like a different combination for sounds. But for me personally, the 2 and the 4 selectors are easily the weakest compared to the neck, the middle, and the bridge. But at the same time, I rarely use the in-between toggles for any of my other Strats as well. And honestly, I'm not really a big fan of metallic finishes. I'm more of like a solid color or like a natural color. But this Lazer blue metallic finish is actually not bad at all. It's a color I've never seen, or finish I've never seen on any guitar. And the thing I like about it is it doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look like it's cheaply done. The finish, the paint finish that they did over the wood is actually very high quality. So I'd say that overall, this Ibanez is not bad at all. 2012 Ibanez RG XXV, aka the 25th anniversary model of the RG line. Very nice.